Welcome everyone to this new session. Today I'll be covering the share links buttons, and here I had just prepared 3 share links buttons. We have here the Twitter icon, we have the Telegram icon and the WhatsApp icon. And basically this happens when you click here. It's going to take the URL, and maybe if you want to share it on your Twitter, like my URL is here, and you can imagine of your page like maybe a blog, and you would like to share a specific post on that blog. So maybe if you want to post it on Twitter, I've prepared also a message that will be saying this is an awesome article, take 5 minutes to read it. So if you go back and try a new link, maybe a Telegram, you see it opens the Telegram and you can see the same text right here. So let me quickly go to my Visual Studio Code so that we start all the styling right there. So here, what we're going to do is to create the boilerplate of our HTML. Here we go. So first step, I'll change the title from document to buttons. Okay, so here I'll have a div that will be, I'll give you a class of container. Class will be container like this, and next I'll use a shortcut. I'll create 5 span elements. I'll give them all a class of button, and I would like them to be 3 elements. So when I enter, you see we have created 3 spans and give them the same, if we have given them the same class. Okay, so when I come here, I'll say body, I'll say margin 0, I'll remove the default browser margin and padding, I set them to 0. So here I'll go to my container, and here maybe I'll say height. The height should be 100 view height. So I'll say 100 VH. This is 100 view height. Okay. So next step, I'm going to say display, because I would like to place everything inside there. I would like to place it in the middle of the screen. So I'll say display flex, align items center, not stretch but center, and justify content, that will be center also. So after that step, what I'm going to do next, I'll give you a background. So I'll say background, this is going to be gold background, and I'm going to style the button. I mean all those buttons, I'm going to give them the same styling. So here I'll say button like this, and I'll give them a margin of 1 rem and a font size, and this font size is going to be 30 pixels. We have to add something here and import. We have to import our CSS. So I'll say link to my CSS, and that is going to be style.css. And in the meantime, I'm going to import my JavaScript also. So say script source, this is going to be index.js like that. So if I give that a try, right here, I refresh. Okay, we got that gold background, and on the item right now they are empty. So if I put here HH, you can see something on the browser. So let me quickly show you that. I refresh here, you see we got those HH, DD and DD. But now let me quickly go back. This is my funnel build. As you can tell, it's deployed on Vercel, and this is my current build right here, that is on my local computer. So next step here, you go over here and type font awesome. You click here, you'll be prompted to this new page, and down here you might see a couple of icons, and we would like to get some specific icons. We'd like to get the Twitter icons, the WhatsApp icon and the Telegram icon. So here, next step, I'll just come to home, then get started like this. so we'll stick to this version, and I'll say no thanks. So down here you have to put your email here. In my case, I put my email and send my font awesome embedded code. So when you send that, you'll get a link, you'll get an email, and here's my email, and you see, hey there, as requested, here's your font awesome CDN embed code. So I'll copy this code, I copy that, I go back to my VS Code, and I'll put it down here. So I say Control V, like that. So this import all those icons from font icons, and we can replace them here. So I have to say I give it a class, and here it's going to be FA. Let's say this is let me say WhatsApp. This is WhatsApp, like that. So I do the same down here, and this is going to be class FA, again FA Twitter. This is going to be Twitter, and down here I will open Telegram. So we do the same procedure, and class, say class here, and this is going to be equal to FA. This is Telegram. I say Telegram, like this. So if you go back to your, let me just go back here, and I refresh. Let's wait for it. We get them right here. But at the moment, when you hover here, nothing is happening. Here, same. But would like to say, when the cursor is on this, would like it to be like to zoom in, right? And for that, I may go back here. I say button, this class of button, and remember that class is on all the elements. So I say hover. We have the hover property here. So I'll say hover. When I hover, I would like to transform that element that is hovered, and I would like to scale it. And my scale here, I will say 1.3, right? So when you go back, you give that a try. You see, when you hover here, it scales. It's like, oh, okay, I'm here on this Twitter icon, I'm on the WhatsApp icon, or the Telegram icon. And same for our build. Let me show you right here, because this is our build deployed on Vassal. You see, same behavior. But now we have to work on the next step, and that is when you click on this button, it opens a new page. All right, so let me quickly take care of that in my JavaScript. So I'll go here and say constant. I would like to access those elements via the DOM. So I'll say content WhatsApp, WhatsApp, like this. No, WhatsApp. That will be equal to document the query selector, and I would like to access it via its class. But right now, if I try to access that via this button, it's going to access, it's going to access those elements using the same class. So we won't know on which element we have typed or which element we have clicked. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another class, and this class is going to be WhatsApp, this class is going to be Twitter, and this class right here, it's going to be Telegram. Okay, so that I specify that element, and here I'm going to say WhatsApp, like that. So next, I'll say const Telegram, and we're going to be equal to document dot query selector, and we select that by its class of Telegram. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same process one more time. Const, and this is going to be Twitter, that is going to be equal to document dot query selector, and I'll select that by the class of Twitter. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is to do something whenever I click on a certain button. So whenever I click on WhatsApp, I would like to open the WhatsApp app. Whenever I click on Telegram, I open the Telegram app. And whenever I click on Twitter, I open that Twitter app. So I'm going to start and say WhatsApp dot add event listener. And the event listener I'm going to add is the click event. So whenever I click on that, so this takes in 2 arguments, and the second is a function. And for now, just say console log. Let me say WhatsApp button clicked. Okay. So let me duplicate this and do the same for other buttons. Okay. Give me a second. So I copy and I paste that down here again. So this is going to be the Telegram. This is going to be Telegram. So I'll say Telegram button clicked. Okay. Telegram button clicked. And the last one, this is going to be the Twitter button. Twitter button. And I'm going to say Twitter button clicked, so that you just check if this is working. Okay. So let me open my console. I refresh here. When I click WhatsApp, you see WhatsApp button clicked. I click here, Twitter button clicked, and lastly, Telegram button clicked. That means everything is working. But now, let's think about what we would like to do with these buttons. Like when I click WhatsApp, I would like to get this URL and send it to WhatsApp, right? So let me first write some lines of code to get that URL. And here I'm going to say const page URL. And this is going to be an location. We have that location, it's a default element, and we have href. That means this is going to be in the URL and get the href. And let me confirm that by logging that to the console, right? So I'll log page URL. And let me show you. So if I refresh here, you see we are able to see this page URL, see users. But now, after deploying your app, you won't see this, you'll see your custom URL, right? In my case, I had Vassal. I had share buttons, Vassal. And that is the URL you are going to send maybe to your friend and so on. That means that is working, right? But now, next step, what we'd like to do is to say, when I click on WhatsApp, I would like that application to open WhatsApp and add that message. I mean that page URL as a message, and you can add a custom message. And in our case, we had a custom message. And maybe let me first add the message, right? Let me say const message, and this is going to be equal. And it depends on the message you want, right? In my case, I'll just say this is an awesome article. Oh, take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes to read it. And that is going to be my message, okay? The message I add to the link. So after creating that, I would like these two constants to be added to that WhatsApp. And for this, we are going to use the APIs. And we have a WhatsApp API. Let me quickly add those here. I'll say WhatsApp API is going to get a value, and we'll have a Telegram API. And lastly, I'm going to get another constant, and this is going to be the Twitter API. Okay, right. So now let's go back to our browser, and I had prepared those pages. And here, let me start with this WhatsApp API. And for that, I'll put this link in the description, so you can go and check it if you'd like to get that. And now, in my case, I would like to just send a message. So I'm going to copy this link So you see this link, I'll just copy that. I go back here, and here I'm going to put my template literals like that, because I would like to, instead of saying URL encoded text, here I'm going to output two variables. I'll first output the page URL like this, then I may put a dot, then I add another variable or constant, and this is going to be the message. Okay, so whenever you go on WhatsApp, you'll be seeing the URL and the message. All right, so let me also take my Telegram API, and that is right here. Let me look for it. I think it's this one. Yeah, and I'll also put that in the description below. So I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to take this URL right here. I copy that, I bring that to my console, Telegram API. Again, I put those backticks, I copy, because I would like to output this URL, and this is going to be the page. It's going to be the page URL, like that, page URL. And now my text is going to be my message, okay, like this message. Now let me also copy that Twitter API, and it's here in the docs, in the developer platform on Twitter. You scroll down, and I'm going to copy this one right here. I copy the link, I put it right here. Again, I put backticks, I copy that, because this text, I don't want it to be hello world. Instead, I want it to be, oh, okay, let me just copy this text up here, Control C, and I put Control V right here. Okay, so that way we have got an API to open either WhatsApp, Telegram, or Twitter with the message we want. So what do we do so that when that happen only when you click on one of those buttons? So to do that, we have something we have to do here, and we'll call the window right here. We have that window element. So we have window.open, okay, and that will mean it will open a new window according to the link you provide and to the target you provide. The link you provide, in our case, will be providing these links, so that whenever you click, a new window is open, but in another target, in a blank target. So here I'll say URL is going to be equal, in this case is going to be equal to WhatsApp API, like that, and we will add the target, and in my case the target is going to be equal to blank, okay, like that. So if I give this a try, we should be able to open the WhatsApp, okay. So if I click here on WhatsApp, you see it has gone to a new blank page, and our message is here, the URL plus the text. This is an awesome article. Take 5 minutes to read it. That means that is working, right? But I'm not going to open my WhatsApp because it will take time for nothing. And as you can tell, our website is here, and that new page is being opened in a blank page. That what target blank means. So I'll just copy this line of code, and I'll put it right here on the Telegram. And instead of WhatsApp API, here what I'm going to use, the Telegram API, right? Telegram API. So I copy the same line of code again, and I should remove this, just like this. I copy that down here, Control V. Oh, it's not supposed to be this, but instead it's supposed to be this line of code. So Control C, Control V, and here I'm going to use not the Telegram API, but in this case the Twitter API, and after that it should work perfectly. Okay, let's give it a try. So if I open in WhatsApp, you see a new blank page, same message. So if I close that and I try to open to Twitter, that is going to try to tweet my message. Okay, we see the URL, and this is an awesome article. Take 5 minutes to read it. All right, so if I try for Telegram, you'll see same behavior, the URL, and you see this is an awesome article. Take 5 minutes to read it. So I'm not going to open my Telegram so that I don't waste your time for nothing. Okay, so this way we are done with the button sharings, and you can deploy that using Vercel, using GitHub pages. It depends on you. And if you don't know how to deploy your website, I have a full video talking about that. You can go and check it. I'll put the link in the description below. So guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.